What's up, guys? So, welcome to the podcast, but this time it's once again a live stream of the games that happened yesterday. And once again, I'm Nico Rocha. I'm your host for today. We're gonna discuss all four games, and then let me introduce you first. My guest, it's a high school friend. Since I won't indicate what year, but everybody, let's welcome Jose. He loves the UAP as well. Not only does he follow what do you call this, Ateneo being our alma mater, but he also is a fan of the UAP. So legit, he's a legit guy. He loves the league, and
Thank you.
that's all the credentials we need to start
Uh,
this podcast.
thank you. Thank you.
Is there static sa mic? Is there static sa mic ko? Yeti na no. Let's see
Yes,
kung
I think
meron.
medyo meron.
Meron. Wait. I think I know what. Wait. Adjust ko lang. I think I know what my Hello, meron pa rin ba?
Wala na, wala na.
I know, halatang dami na akong troubleshoot dito. Alam ko na yung mga pagkakamali ko eh. Ayan, it should be good. What's up, Patrick? What's up, Boss Matt? What's up, Raf? Ayan, okay na. Yeah, we should be okay. And Jose, wild day yesterday, no?
Oo, grabe. Grabe yung games yesterday.
Yeah.
Though, I mean, somehow parang nakita ko na this would be the results. Pero wala eh. Tawag dito. Ah, sobrang ito yung expected ko na mangyayari coming from the first
Expected? Which one?
ako expected ko kasi ano pare, tawag dito, I knew na Lasal still has something to prove eh. I feel like ako kasi personally, I came from LPU. I was an intern, a sports science intern during the time of Coach Topex sa LPU. It
Mm.
was the season na yung no losses sila, yung na-sweep nila yung regular season. Tapos
Oo.
I knew na parang they had something to prove pa more than kung ano yung pinakita nila during the first round. Pero ayun, tawag dito, parang nakita ko nga na ito yung mangyayari with them. But yun nga, sadly being an alumnus of UST, it had to be at our loss naman. Pero ayun, with that, yun yung nakita ko. Pero yung siguro in terms of yung pati yung UP game eh. Yun
Yeah,
din yung
we're gonna go through that. We're gonna go
oo,
through that. It's got a lot of
yung
Okay,
sa
by the way,
Ateneo lang
guys,
sad.
si Jose nag-ano nga pala, nagpipila pala for LPU, no?
Yes, for a while, I think for a month or so, I was the one in charge of training some of the players there along with sina CJ Perez, Jasper Ayaay, and then the Marcelino twins na nasa FPBL na now.
Oo
So,
nga
yun.
pala. Parang
Oo.
it's been a long time, no? Na oo nga pala,
Oo,
you were
oo,
involved in the
actually.
NCAA. Anyway,
Oo.
Lem, our director, can you please show us how we're gonna go through this day? So, yung ano natin, our show will be focusing on the four games. LaSalle dominating UST and U avoids collapse versus UE. FEU sweeps the season series versus Ateneo, which was a wild one as well. And UP takes out his frustration versus Adamson and the return of Jerom Lastimosa, but that is not the ideal return that we wanted to see. And for LaSalle, we're gonna go through this UST versus LaSalle. LaSalle won by 31, 100 to 69. And Jose, I want to ask you, sanay ka na ba minsan? Na gano'n? Na at
Ah,
least the UST for this year and last year? Or did you
I,
expect some changes this year, considering sa
I
Coach BDO?
mean, ako, to be fair, this team, although not everyone there is, as compared to Ateneo, uh, UST is also a very young team in terms
Mm.
of coaching staff, ganyan. Syempre, kakapasok lang ulit ni Coach Pido. And I'm sure it's pretty much a very different culture
Mm.
around Coach Pido. But, yung difference kasi is that alam mo itong players na 'to, they need confidence, eh, 'di ba? So, coming from seasons wherein hindi masyadong maganda yung nangyayari, it's harder to build that confidence within the players. As compared
Mm.
to Ateneo, although puro rookie sila, the winning culture is there already coming from championship, di ba? So I feel like that's very different in a sense sa UST. So right now, to be honest, medyo sanay na ako na this is gonna be what's happening in the coming games. Pero I'm very hopeful na alam mo yun, yung culture from back in the late 2000s to 2010 era na Coach BDO, mabalik yun eh. Because it's a winning culture, a never say die culture. So I really hope na they get around that na ano kasi, parang hindi pa ito yung parang the players who are playing now, hindi pa nila fully nagagrasp yung nangyayari. And I feel like it was hard for them na parang they're always trying to catch up. Alam mo yun? Parang
Yeah, parang
nakakapagod,
gano'n nga.
'di ba? Ayun,
Although
yun
it's
yung
great to
feel.
see, 'di ba, na ano, Jose, you get to see Nick Cabanero another year, Migs
Of
Pangilinan,
course.
Manaytay. In a way, I would say SJ Moore, he's getting his confidence. He played, I think the most minutes he
Oo,
played was yesterday, 15.
oo. Tapos ano pa, lumalabas yung laro niya, eh. Yun yung parang may nakikita akong moves na parang, "Ay, meron palang ganito si SJ
'Di
Moore,"
ba?
'di ba?
Ay, oo nga
Kunwari
pala,
attacking the paint
lumilipad
and
nga
then
pala 'to.
biglang magshi-shift siya to the other side, magfe-fade away near the basket. Tapos gulat ako, meron pala siyang gano'n. Okay. So at least lumalabas and I feel like, habang lumalabas yung laro nila, mas nagse-space out yung floor for each of the players. So, I think it's very nice to see na somehow, alam mo yun, lumalabas na yung laro ng bawat isang player.
Yeah, so that's the silver lining for USC. We're at a point na
Mm.
ilaro na lang natin yung at mo si
Yeah.
SJ Moore, got 15 minutes, 'di ba? Ilaro na
Yes.
yung mga rookies. I mean, it's best
Totoo.
to get their confidence right now para pagdating ng next season for season 87 pagpasok nila
Of
Padrigao,
course,
Paranada,
yes.
Lane. Am I missing
Oo.
somebody else? Yeah, their recruits. At least
Yes.
it's another year of
Oo.
experience and hopefully they get to
And
those 5 wins. Hopefully.
oo, and alam mo itong players na papasok, these players are ano na, eh, kumbaga hindi naman sa season pero something like that. Alam mo yon na may experience na sila. So it would be much easier for these papasok na players to parang bring the team to a championship if yung mga kasama din nila sa team are very comfortable na on how they play sa court, especially sa UAAP. So, I feel like the perfect timing yon na makuha nila yung confidence nila now, makuha nila kung ano yung mga shots or plays na tingin nilang gagana for them habang papasok pa lang sina ano, yung mga new players na
Mm.
next year papasok.
Great. Let's not talk about LaSalle. For LaSalle, it's a matter of medyo nag-iba yung rotation nila ngayon. At medyo nag-iba, more
Mm.
of they're playing different guys right now. You get to
Yeah.
see more of Janelle Policarpio, more of Raven Cortez. And with that, do you think LaSalle needs, who do you think would be yung ma-affect na, okay, dadagdagan mo yung minutes si Janelle Policarpio at Raven Cortez. Sinong mawawalan ng minutes for LaSalle? I feel like si Joaquin Manuel, ay bumababa yung minutes niya.
Yung minutes niya.
Oo.
Well,
Tapos
ay
go.
ano kasi, yung experience ko kasi kay Coach Topex, he
Mm.
really wants everyone to get involved. Alam
Okay.
mo yun, parang ang if there's something na nakita ko na ayaw niya is that kunwari, there comes a time wherein kailangan niya magpasok ng isang player that's quite deep in the bench. Ayaw niya na maging clueless yung player na yun 'pag pinasok niya. Gusto niya
Okay.
everyone is ready to fight. So I feel like etong mixing up the rotation is actually preparing for probably the Final Four or a probable championship run, ganyan. So, I think he's just basically preparing everyone, 'di ba? And looking at this LaSalle team, alam mo, for me, this is if not the most athletic team in the UAAP
Ah,
right now.
yeah,
Ako
actually.
from my perspective,
Mm.
etong team na to has a very high ceiling in terms of yung potential nila. And anong tawag dito? I have yet to actually see the full potential of this Lasal team. And seeing these players, sina Poli, Policarpio, playing now, so parang may glimpse ka na of what's to come, na parang dito mo marirealize na if kalaban mo yung Lasal, parang medyo matatakot ka kasi shucks, ang lalim pala nila. Alam mo
Oo,
yun?
magugulat ka
Na
biglang.
hindi
Uy,
lang
mga ganitong
nalalaro
players
tong
lang.
players, 'di ba? And ayun nga, ang gusto ko lang din makita is if there's something I see with Coach Topex, ah sobrang na ano niya nagagamit niya yung athleticism ng players, and feel ko right now hindi pa niya nare-reach yung full potential ng team niya ngayon. So feel ko eto na yung preparation. Kunwari, sa Ateneo, feel ko nag-prepare sila nung first round. Feel ko yung Lasal ngayon nagpe-prepare na sila for the Final Four. And
Mm.
eto yung pag-mix up na 'to, eto na yung ano na yun, eto na yung science of that, preparation. So I'm excited for them. Very
Yeah,
excited.
that's great. Yeah, and ganda ng perspective mo na the reason why medyo yung rotation is, I wouldn't say out of whack, but more of
Mm,
parang it's not the same as before because yun nga, tama yung sabi.
yeah,
Ang ganda ng perspective mo on Coach Topex on how he wants to prepare all his players
yeah.
for the Final Four. And in a way naman, I
Yes,
feel like LaSalle is also a lock for the Final Four. And
yes, totoo.
I mean, we thought Adamson would be there. Could be a
Mm,
dark horse mix for the Final Four, but I don't think na, I don't know, that so many,
ah,
not so many. I think that that off court issue, which we're gonna talk about later. We're
mm,
just gonna stay here between our topics. So next one will be with where we're done with UST. We're gonna be discussing is the next game that is
UE,
between UE
NU?
and NU. In this game, we thought that NU would run away with this game, 'di ba, Jose? Kasi
Oo,
I think they were leading by what, 15? Let me take a look.
oo.
Let me see NU behind. Yeah, I think they were
Basta
leading by a
double
lot. And
digits
then,
yun, oo.
oh, and then next thing I know, no mga fourth quarter, wait, nandito na UE. Patay. Ito na
Mm,
UE. Leading na
yeah,
sila by one. Tuloy-tuloy na ba to? But then NU got, would you say NU got built out by their talent here? It was more of talent, right? Kasi
mm,
na-injure si Manansala, na-injure si Humamoy, si Enriquez din, 'di ba? Parang
oo,
concussion pa nga yung, there's no official word by the way, guys, sa ng
oo,
concussion.
yeah,
But the way he got hit sa mukha,
mm,
parang sabi ko parang concussion protocol ata 'to, kung gano'n pa matatamaan kaya tinanggal siya
oo,
agad, eh. Hindi na rin siya binalik, eh.
oo, oo nga. Well, ako kasi, etong NU team na 'to, nakakatakot kasi 'to, eh.
Yeah.
Alam mo yung roster nila, hindi mo alam kung sinong gagawa. Like at any day parang maisip lang ng coach nila na parang, oh, si, what's his name, parang Steve Nash, ganyan. Oh, ikaw si Nash
Mm.
Enriquez. Oh, ikaw gagawa ngayon. Even si Patrick Q,
Yeah.
alam mo si Patrick Q, anong tawag dito, although he's not really showing off as a superstar, ganyan, pero alam mo yung mga ginagawa niya on the court is very amazing for me kasi ito yung mga bagay na hindi natin nakikita sa stat sheet. And alam mo yun, meron silang gano'n, complete sila. They have players who can shoot, they have players who can slash, they have players who know their roles, na at any point in time na kailangan nila mag-step up, magse-step up sila. So that's what's amazing about this NU team. And alam mo yun, parang walang tapon. As in literal, walang tapon dun sa lineup nila. And that's scary. That's very scary. Kasi they are literally switches that
Mm.
whenever they need them, isi-switch on mo lang, gagana siya. Whether it's a 3, a quick 2, on defense, lahat sila kayang gawin yun, and
Yun
it's
nga, eh. Mga Swiss
amazing.
Army knife
Oo.
halos lahat, 'no?
Oo, pare, complete silang lahat. And yun yung nakakatuwa dito sa team na 'to. Eh,
Oh,
feel ko baka nag-experiment lang din sila ng konti. I mean, kaya medyo anong tawag dito, siguro tina-try nila makita pa what else can they bring, not only just as individual players but then as a unit, 'di ba? So, ayun, tapos given nga na eto meron silang mga problems with their lineup, feel ko medyo alam mo yun, on a shaky ground sila. Pero wala eh, kayang-kaya nilang bawiin right away.
Yeah, exactly. That's for NU. In a way, kasi 'di ba tinambakan nila UE nung first round eh. So
Oo.
ngayon, it's more of you could say may konting experimentation, but ano
Mm.
rin eh, alat rin sila eh. Yung free throw sila, yun yung
Oo,
Achilles heel nila, men.
oo.
Imagine mo
Sila na
pag
yung ano,
Final
sila
Four,
na yung
kailangan nila
Ateneo
maayos
ngayon
yun.
pare.
What do you mean? Like sila
Nabaliktad
yung
eh. Kasi yung Ateneo during the first round, sobrang alat sa free throws. Diba?
actually buong first round ba? Or baka mga first few games ng first round, no?
Hindi, parang mas nakita ko lang towards the last 2 games of the first round, dun parang naging okey na yung free throws sa Ateneo. Tapos parang sabi ko, "Ah, meron naman pala silang free throws," ganyan. Tapos ngayon makikita mo na ganito na sobrang
NU, NU naman yung win.
pero I mean, wala, yun
Yeah,
talaga.
let's check the NU behind the numbers. Solid si I love Kean Baklan. Naging friend ko yun
Of
si Kean dahil
course.
sa Pinoy Liga. Yun yung solid,
Ah,
yung mga gusto ko sa
oo,
Pinoy Liga, yung mga dahil maliit yung gym, parang intimate yung setting. So
intimate
nakikilala mo
yung
yung mga
setting.
players. Oo,
Oo,
kasi kayo-kayo lang sa gym, tapos ilan lang yung fans, tapos yung
oo,
distance nyo as anchor analyst sa gitna ng benches. So
oo.
parang nakakausap mo na rin. Tapos pag may
Hmm,
extra comment ka, naririnig nila, which is
solid.
fun. Anyway, ano 'to si Jake ano ba, Jose, feel ko si Policarpio, ay pagka Jake
Hmm,
Figueroa vibe 'no? Yung simpleng laro lang,
oo,
gagawin yung role, 'di ba? Would you
oo.
say?
Hindi hindi kailangan na alam mo yun, wala ng extra shimmy-shimmy. Basta ito yung kailangan kong gawin, eh, kailangan kong tumira, kailangan kong mag-create for the team, gagawin nila kaagad, eh, and yun yung maganda. Especially now na very athletic na yung mga, athletes natin, you know. It's nice to see parang medyo breath of fresh air na makakita ka ng players na just simply doing their job, converting shots, and yun, tapos. 'Di ba?
Mm. Now, that's for grabe plus minus ng FSA nila, sabi ni Jean on TikTok. Ano bang plus minus ni ano, ni Omar Jan?
Solid,
Minus
hindi
two,
pa
ano ba? -12. Oo nga 'no, -12 si Omar Jan. But then again,
hmm,
plus minus isn't the end all be
mhm,
all, right? It's just the cherry on top when it comes to, but
yeah.
would you say it's a big factor for you, Jose? I mean,
Mm.
how much do you value the plus minus?
I mean, um, it's still a number sa stat sheet, you know?
Okay.
It
So in a way
is a
dapat i-ano pa
more
rin, put some
oo,
bit of weight.
ah, oo, it's more parang scientific in terms of it's provable na, hindi okey nilalaro niya, ganyan. Pero kasi right now, I think and this is actually very nice to see 'no, yung mga FSA kasi right now hindi siya masyado binibigyan ng sobrang laking spotlight. Correct me if I'm wrong, pero parang it wasn't the same as during the time ni na Ben Embala na parang, "Oh, ito yung FSA, si Ben Embala, ito yung sobrang galing na
Oo,
import,"
gano'n yung
ganyan,
idea natin of
'di
FSA.
ba?
You're supposed to get 20
Oo,
at 10 on a nightly
yes.
basis.
Pero now I think the
Charles
most of
Mami.
the
Favorite FSA ko pa rin si
oh,
Charles Mami. I mean,
eh,
isa si Ange,
ang
pero iba si
laki
Mami.
niya bro,
Iba si Charles
sobrang
Mami.
laki niya as in, mommy, 'di ba?
Mami talaga,
Sobrang
Mami
laki
daddy
niya,
yun, eh.
oo. Ayun, ngayon I think the FSAs mostly now, are role players rather than the superstars that we used to have, you know? Ayun, yun lang yung perspective ko about them. So, I'm not really worried about that. I'm more concerned about the players na anong tawag dito, baka injury, ganyan or what. Siyempre, start pa lang natin ng second round, 'di ba? So, we want to see how long they can last and ang nakakatuwa, first round pa lang bakbakan na kaagad. So,
Which is great. Para
we'll
walang
see.
predictable. Walang predictable
Oo,
na kala ko nga
oo,
magiging predictable UAP, just pero 'di ba NCAA ngayon
oo.
unpredictable. But
Yes,
UAP
yes.
as well is also unpredictable. When we thought that the
Oo,
UAP will be in a way, alam na natin. But
oo.
that's not the case. Let's check a YouTube comment here by UAP fan, sabi niya, I feel bad for
Ah,
Noy Remogat. Sobrang check
mhm,
na ng plays ng UE. Kanya-kanya diskarte ng players nila sa court. Yung
yeah,
coaches ng UE, these are not our words, guys. It's from a comment. Yung
mm.
coaches ng UE, busy magreklamo. hindi mag-adjust ng game plan, kasi anything with UE, do you
Ah,
feel like Noy Remogat is making the most out of his situation?
I think Remogat is Remogat. Parang the way he plays kasi,
So pare superstar things, just do superstar things. Parang bahala na, I'll do whatever I can to
oo,
lift up my players in a way.
oo. Parang ano kasi siya, tawag dito, alam natin na he will create and make these shots no matter what happens, 'di ba? As in kahit anong mangyari magagawa niyan. Ang tanong lang gaano karami, 'di ba? 'Yun lang naman 'yan, eh. Pero 'yun nga, lumiliit yung court, 'pag gano'n. Alam mo 'yun?
Mm.
'Pag merong player na nagbubuhat, lumiliit yung court. And 'pag lumiliit yung court, mas lalong walang magagawa yung ibang teammate. So, 'yun yung sad part about it. Like kunwari yung kanina pinag-uusapan natin about UST, lumalabas yung mga laro nila, lumalaki yung
Mm.
court, lumuluwag, 'di ba? Kasi you have to check all these players. Pero in terms of UE, parang ngayon medyo, sumisikip yung court ng konti. Kasi parang they always just find a way to, throw it back to Remogat to make that shot para kahit papaano maihabol pa nila, 'di ba?
Alright,
Pero
next.
alam mo,
Mhm.
sorry, last
Go,
thing lang.
go.
Hindi
Tapos mo lang yan.
hindi ako parang feel ko UE has it in them, eh. Ako nga ang call ko, UE is supposedly the dark horse of this season. Pero
Mm.
right now parang I don't know. Tingnan natin kung may magbabago sa
Nawala
mga
rin si Gerard Wilson. I think we
yun nga,
forgot how
eh.
big of a factor losing Gerard
Oo,
Wilson is, another ball
totoo.
handler, which will make Remogat play the off ball from time to time.
Oo, as in
We already
literal
hear.
spotlight talaga sa kanya, eh. So, wala. Yun
Imagine mo,
talaga.
from, I don't know, the last two games last season na pumutok, so ngayon dire-diretso na.
Oo,
So iba talaga
tuloy-tuloy
nagagawa
na
ng
siya.
kumpiyansa.
Yes.
Teams should invest more in a sports psychologist, I feel like. Put
Oo,
more resources into sports psychology.
nung nung nasa LPU ako, isa lang yung sports psychologist in the
Okay.
whole
Do you think that's enough?
Philippines.
Do you think one sports psych
Nope,
is enough?
nope.
What do you think?
Ah, isipin mo yung team na yun, although yes, they had CJ Perez, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Aside from CJ Perez, yung FSA din nila during that time, I forgot his name. But alam mo yun, parang it pare, ako, as in kakapasok ko pa lang dun sa team, I felt one with the team. Like, I
Ah.
felt like family talaga ako. And big kudos talaga dun sa sports psychologist nila. And siya talaga yung nagko-condition sa utak nila na these kids are parang very capable, and alam mo yun, yung they rely on each other, but
Mm.
when they know na the team needs them to step up, kita mo talaga sa mukha nila na parang, "Coach, ako ipasok mo, aabulin ko yan." Parang gano'n.
Oo,
And
yung loob ng mga bata kahit sino bunot
oo,
mo.
yung kumpiyansa, sometimes hindi lang siya sometimes nandiyan lang siya, eh, pero alam mo yun, kailangan paminsan merong tao na magte-trigger nun, and that's the role of the sports psychologist. So I do hope so na yung mga psychologists natin diyan would venture out into this, this sector of their work.
Okay, that's great to say. The question of the day is Ray Remogat fit for the international game? Yes? Do you think he's fit for
Ako
the
no pa.
international game? Not no
Ako
pa.
feel ko no pa.
Okay, okay. What do you
Hmm.
need to see from Noy in order to say
Um,
yes, he's fit for international game? Yes, let's send him to Korea. It's not like we have a choice. I mean, like yes,
uh,
he's ready for Korea. Yes, he's ready for Japan. What is
uh,
that thing you're looking for?
I think kasi in terms of physically,
Mm-hmm.
like athleticism wise, dito kasi sa UAAP or sa collegiate league, we have to remember na these are the people you play with, and
Okay.
against with are most likely equals. Alam mo yun?
Mhm.
Um, Most likely these people have spent the same amount of time in the gym, with ball practices, ganyan. Dun kasi pare, tawag dito, yung katawan ng mga tao, hindi lang siya nakuha sa gym, eh. Alam mo yun,
Yeah.
nakuha din siya through experience. And I feel like dun sa part na yun, hindi pa siya yung mga levels nina kunwari nina 30 ganyan when they went to
Mama
Japan
na.
na as in but mama, yes, that's a perfect term, mama na. So I feel like dun sa part na yon medyo alam mo yun, medyo mahihirapan siya. Pero in terms of capacity to shoot, ganyan, capacity to create plays, create
Andun
for
na.
the teammates, ganyan. Nandiyan na, pare. Yung utak sa laro, nandiyan na. I think it's more on parang building confidence in terms of yung katawan niya rin at the same time na parang kailangan niyang palakasin pa yung sarili niya, 'di ba? Para feel ko kasi hindi pa ito yung ceiling ng laro niya eh. So feel ko if he spends a little more time with his body and getting to understand kung ano yung capacity ng katawan niya, feel ko doon lalabas yung full potential niya. So yun.
Great, I love that, Jose. Let's answer our questions again once again on YouTube. Mga live. Ito yung mga gusto ko sa live stream. Gusto ko yung mga, wait lang.
May mga tanong.
First one. Super solid player, Remogat. Not just a good player on a bad team. True point guard. I think we can agree there. Sabi ni Fran Lu naman, Noy Remogat should be a consistent call-up sa Gilas. Maybe in a few years. Or mga
Oo,
pocket tournament, pwede na siya isama. Isama
oo,
na natin sa mga small
oo,
tournaments na at
pwede.
least sa pool.
Mm,
No, and alam naman natin bata na to. Okay yung skill set niya for Gilas,
mm,
to be honest.
oo.
Would you say may
For
pagka Jason
international
Castro
play
alapag
na
na?
gano'n.
I'm not saying he's there right now, but do you think a
Oo.
trajectory of Jason Castro, Jimmy Alapag for Remogat is on the horizon?
I mean, we'll
Or
never know, 'di ba?
you'll
We'll
never
never
know.
know. And it all actually depends on him how he wants his career to tawag dito, to flourish, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Pero in terms of yung capacity, nandun eh. Alam mo yun? Nandun eh. Actually, yung laro niya is very flexible.
Mm-mm.
Can score, can create, can defend, ganyan. And I think perfect fit siya for international, meaning not international as in yung mga these leagues na sa Japan or Korea, but international as in yung mga FIBA, ganyan, mga Jones Cup, ganyan. I feel like
Okay.
that actually at this point, I honestly believe that the college players na tingin nilang merong potential, dapat pinapasok na nila sa mga pocket leagues na ganyan.
Great.
Sayang eh.
Tama naman. Yeah. And last question from Matt Lee before we proceed to the FEU Ateneo game. Do you think the old school styles of Coach Jack and Coach BDO are no longer working the UAP level? NC. Definitely yes, but UAP. So NC daw, yes, their styles could work. But
Oo.
the UAP, do you think their styles are outdated? You can do it first, Jose.
Ako medyo eh. Actually, on
Ano
the
ko na
fence ako
medyo
dyan.
outdated na?
Medyo, oo. Kasi, although, alam mo yun, isipin mo na itong mga bagay na to, ano na, tawag dito, hindi natin masasabi until we see, like, kunwari si Pido, first year niya, bumalik sa UAAP. Siyempre, hindi natin masasabi, baka, alam mo yun, baka next year, okay na. Pero, feel ko rin talaga kasi, like, basketball now, especially collegiate basketball in UAAP, is very, adaptive.
Yeah.
Pare. Ewan ko kung napapansin mo, parang walang play na pwede mong itapon sa court na hindi kayang adjustan ng mga teams ngayon.
Hmm.
Although sa NCAA kasi medyo mas for
Brusko.
me
Maiba yung ano dun, no?
mas
Brusko
brusco
eh,
yung
no?
laro eh. So eto mga ganito yung mga actually yung usually si Pedro meron siyang banger sa ilalim tapos
Oo.
napapaliputan ng shooters ganyan. Ewan ko lang kung gagana pa yun ngayon.
Wala pa silang FSU
And
this year. So parang
uh,
talagang wala siyang piyesa rin eh.
oh,
So would you say
oh.
it's is it fair to judge Coach Pido in this season? Not yet.
I mean,
Pag dahil kulang
we can
piyesa, wala si Afaye and the
uh,
pieces are not working yet, or dapat we could start judging him, not judging him, more of assessing.
more assessing, yes. Oh, kasi for me, kahit ano namang mangyari, when you're a coach, 'di ba? You're asked to bring out the full potential of the team, 'di ba?
Mm.
And ang nakikita natin ngayon is that parang kulang pa. Alam mo 'yun? parang hindi pa lumalabas yon. Kahit na sabihin mo, itong mga players na to are not really the best pieces that he could have. At least, you'd like to see them to be the best that they can be. Diba? And yun, parang hindi pa niya nalalabas yun sa players niya actually right now. So, especially with the system that he has, baka hindi talaga lumabas yung laro ng mga players na yun. Alam mo yun? Parang ganun. So, yun. Feel ko medyo nagli-lean towards ako na medyo outdated na yung ano
Okay.
nila.
No problem. I
Or at
mean, that's...
least, baka hindi lang para sa UAAP. Alam mo yun?
Oh, yeah,
Kasi
yeah,
we've
yeah.
seen
Baka
this
hindi lang
with
para sa
Coach
UAAP.
Bo Perasol, di ba? Na parang napapansin natin na, okay, yung stint niya with Ateneo, parang hindi gumagana. Pero in the PBA, sobrang solid ng ano niya, ng coaching niya, di ba?
Eh,
So,
doon siya
alam mo yun?
na-recognize, diba? Parang he did well in the PBA.
Oh,
Let's bring
I
this
think
guy to the
Powerade.
UAP.
Tama ba?
Power,
Powerade ba yun? Or
yeah, yeah, that was
Petron?
the one.
Parang
Oo nga
ganun eh.
pala.
Yung
Oh.
gumaganon si Gary David. Pero, alam mo yung, ano eh, parang, may, ano talaga yan, may coaches na para sa UAP, may coaches na para sa NCAA. Kunwari, Alden Ayo, di ba? I mean, sobrang nag-flourish sa Letran. Sa Lasal had the perfect pieces, di ba?
Mm,
Then went to UST. Uh, di ba? Parang,
mm,
although yun yung sinasabi ko na nalabas niya yung potential ng players. 'Di ba? Yung first year niya sa UST, parang nailabas niya kina ano eh, kina Nonoy, what's his last name? I forgot. Nasa Lasal na ngayon. Mark
Mark?
Nonoy.
Mark Nonoy? Oo.
Oo. Pare yung nakikita mo yung coast to coast na ginawang cones yung buong defense ng Ateneo na full court press.
Yeah.
Actually, ginawa niyang cones, di ba? So nalalabas niya yung potential ng mga players. Although parang hindi masyado fit yung system niya.
Mm.
Alam mo yun, nailalabas yung potential ng mga players. And I think yun yung gusto natin makita with these coaches na medyo old school, kumbaga, ang set plays nila. Yeah.
All right. As much as I want to stay with this topic, hindi ko kasi mahanap yung charger ko, so baka mamatay ito laptop ko. We're gonna move. Di talaga promise. Di ba?
Oh,
Medyo delay tayo. Hindi ko mahanap ang charger ko. Let's move on to the next topic. You guys have great suggestions. JB, Franlu, I mean, good questions. We're gonna discuss that one day. Maybe once again on Sunday. Kung pwede ka, Jose. Pwede ba Sunday? May duty
wala.
ka ba nun?
Oo. Wala.
Wala. O yun,
Wala.
sagutin na pag nahanap ko na charger ko. Let's go to the meat of this podcast, which is the not podcast, it's a live stream. In a
Oo.
way, parang podcast recording na rin when it's done. Kasi this can be found on the replay on YouTube. Ay, si Hoop Junkie, what's up, bro? Nandito sa TikTok natin. And sabi ni Rob, what's with FEU and producing shifty guards every season? Yeah, we're gonna get there. Let's now discuss Ateneo versus FEU. I lost. I told this to everybody yesterday. I think I lost 10 years
Mm.
of my life seeing that
Okay.
shot go in, but at the same time, you gotta give credit to LJ Gonzalez.
Oo, pare.
Daddy ng Ateneo yun kahapon. Actually, season, not just yesterday. He was the daddy of
Oo.
Ateneo. And with that, any quick thoughts on the game, Jose? For me, I think this is the first game that Ateneo got out rebounded all season long. Not sure kung tama yun, guys, but if it's the first time, I'm sure it's the first time, and it's by a lot. They got out rebounded by 10 plus rebounds. Very uncharacteristic. Ateneo was not slow. It more of they never turned on the Jets. It's more of they were
Oo.
coasting the entire game.
Oo.
They noticed in the fourth quarter, oh shit, we're down. Habol tayo.
Oo.
And then the miscue just happened in the fourth, kinapos, and it makes you wonder, should Ateneo fans panic at this point?
Mm, ako ako pare, ano lang ako natatawa lang ako with Coach Tab. Not in a bad way. Natatawa ako kasi parang merong mga moments na parang alam niya kung ano yung gusto niyang gawin, pero I feel like he wants the players to learn,
Yeah.
you know? And ang question ko lang is how long do you want them to learn? Alam mo yun? Kasi whenever he wants them, tambak na tayo, kailangan natin humabol. Biglang hahabol eh. Tapos biglang aangat, tapos biglang okay, labas muna kayo, pasok kayo, ganyan. Tapos parang matatambakan ulit, and then, tambak na ulit tayo, pasok na ulit yung iba. Tapos hahabol, parang hanggang kailan tayo ganito? Pero ano you know na he wants especially the younger players to learn.
Mm.
And in terms of the rebound, pare, I don't know if you noticed, pero FEU knew that I'm sure they knew na Ateneo would get those rebounds. What did they do? Gang rebound, pare.
Gang rebounding talaga
Pare,
sila.
every time someone shoots, 4 players crash the board.
Oo, parang yung ginawa
Pare,
ng Ateneo sa UP. Parang, 'di
oo,
ba, alam natin si Malik malakas
oo,
mag-rebound, tatlo tayo umatake.
oo,
Mason,
pare,
Kai, lahat sila tatalon. Tapos
'di
nandun si
ba?
Kitevi sa gilid to pick up the
Oo,
ball.
yung scraps,
Wala
'di
yun
ba, if ever.
kahapon.
Wala pare, kasi naunahan na sila Parang gano'n And dun mo makikita yung kumpiyansa ng team ng FEU with their shooters, 'di ba? Na parang, "Sige, tira mo lang 'yan, tira mo lang 'yan, kaming bahala sa rebound. 'Pag nakuha namin rebound, tira mo ulit." Gano'n lang 'di ba? And it worked. Pare, it works. Alam mo, sobrang yung And I must agree with yung whoever commented earlier na why does it's kind of annoying that FEU produces all these guards
Yeah, sa
every
TikTok
year.
yun, yeah. Mm.
Pare, from R.R. Garcia, sina Ping Examiniano, pare sobrang tagal na
The
ever
list goes
since.
on, the list goes on.
Oo, pare.
Terrence
And
Romeo, 'di ba?
Terence Romeo,
Baka mo
si
makalimutan yung mga yan.
Pugoy, pare lagi silang merong guard
Grade
na.
school pa tayo, may ganyan na sila.
Oo, oo. And lagi silang merong guard na sobrang shooter, guard na
Joric this
sobrang
year, Joric Bautista, LJ
oo,
Gonzalez. Wala pa si
na
Alforque kahapon.
na mga shot creators pare. Tapos meron silang guard na stopper. Ewan ko kung napansin niyo yun pero every time may ganun. Swerte na lang nila kung yung shooter nila is parang 3 and D na stopper din.
Oo.
Pero lagi silang ganun. Ang galing nga alam mo ilang coaches na yung dumaan ever since that time, pero laging gano'n. So sabi ko, ano pa 'to? Like staple system ng FEU na meron silang shooter, may creator sila, meron silang stopper. Tapos yung bigs nila, tiwala lang. Talon lang, rebound, kung may chance, pu-putback, pero hindi nga nila first choice yung putback. Ang first choice nila, bail out, tira ulit, rebound, bail out, tira ulit, ganyan. Galing pare. As in nakakatuwa panoorin. These players look very, very young, pare. And if you have um a group of players na who grow up together, all the more scary, pare, in the coming years. Alam mo yun? Yun yung tingin
Yeah,
ko. And
love it.
sad, syempre, na talo tayo. Pero galing galing pare.
Wala, credit to FEU as well. Did you see this? Ano sabi nito? Wait. According to Pong Ducanes, sabi ni Emil Apostol, Coach Denok is the first coach to sweep Coach Tab in the eliminations, not even Coach Goldwyn. Wow, that's a great thing to put to your resume.
Talaga?
Oh,
Siya
ayan
pala yung
Pong
first one.
Ducanes nga. Like sabi ni Emil,
Oo.
thanks for that, Emil. Give credits to assistant coaches Gabby Severino and Albano. Yes,
Oo.
of course. Gabby
Yes,
Severino,
yes.
galing sa Ateneo yan. For
Oo.
sure, may ano yan. He knows how
Mm.
Ateneo plays. He's been there for the longest time. And great
Oo.
for Coach Gabby to share what he knows with FEU and also
Oo.
CSB. He's also working as assistant coach for
Sa
CSB.
CSB. Okay.
Greenside lahat si Coach Gabby.
Oo nga. Palit siya ng kulay.
May
Oo.
nakakatawang Instagram reel yan si Coach Gabby nung Phil Basket kasi ito
Oo.
CSB versus FEU. Question is, saan siya tatabi? Di ba? Meron siyang ginawang
Mm.
reel nakakatawa parang nagpapalit siya ng shirt midway. Anyway, yeah, credits to Coach Gabby. Pag natalo ang Ateneo sa UP, time to ring the bells. They'll be 4-5.
Mm.
Although, may chance pa. May chance pa naman mag-Final Four.
Oo.
Because
Meron
the
pa.
standings right now, yung 5th to 7th, 5th to 6th is
Tied.
5th to 6th ba? 5 losses din eh. But Ateneo has to
Oo.
stay perfect throughout the whole way to secure that 4th spot.
Oo.
Imagine mo to, no? We're just discussing na Ateneo needs to lock the 4th spot.
Oo. Well, I mean, ako, it
crazy
doesn't matter.
times for
At saka,
BDO.
pare, these matches, FEU, Adamson, yung mga laban ng Ateneo against them, yung mga matches na yun, NU, alam mo, as much as Atenista ako and gusto ko sila manalo, lagi ko nga sinasabi sa girlfriend ko, wala ang gagawin natin, ang galing nila Alam mo yun, na parang they deserve it. I always say, especially yung mga shots na ganyan, na parang coming off a turnover of Ateneo, ganyan. Tapos makakapag-create sila, makakagawa sila ng last second shot na sobrang crazy. Bro, they deserve it. They deserve it. They deserve to win. And ako, props to them lang talaga na gumagana si what's the name of the coach? I forgot, the former PBA player.
Which one, Denok?
Coach Denok
Yeah, Coach
Miranda.
Denok, yeah.
Yeah. Parang ang galing ng ginagawa niya sa team nila.
What's stopping FEU from making it into the Final Four? It's the consistency. For me, it's consistency. Yun
Consistency and maturity, pare. Yun lang
ginawa nila to without Cholo Nuevo and Cholo Nuevo, of course, a very focal point of FEU, and Royce Alforque, one of their 6 man as well. So for us, it's consistency. Anything, Jose, na what's stopping FEU is more of sometimes they drop down to the kaya natara sila sa UST, di ba? May tendency rin sila to kind of coast.
Oo, pare. Yun lang talaga. Consistency and maturity of the players. Yun lang naman yun when to take the shot, who takes the shot, ganyan. Pero I think they understand it naman ano lang yan, minor lapses lang yan na through experience, mawawala din yan. Ayun.
Sabi ni Boom Manes, I like how you're both from Ateneo but still very objective. Dapat talaga. Walang makikinig sa atin kung pro Ateneo to podcast na to.
We have our favorites. Ako, diehard Ryan Buenafe fan ako. Pero,
but yeah, gotta be objective for stuff like this. Kasi it's hard to, diba? It's hard to make a show, but if you're Ateneo, then what's the point, right? We're still listening to us. Wag na sila asahan si Fatty. Alam mo, sino to, si Melvin? Melvin, alam mo naman na wala na ibang choice ang FEU. They have to play Fatty. They invested in Fatty. He's still 7'2". And as we say, you can't teach height. Kahit anong guro. Kailangan talaga, Melvin, hindi pwede ibangko yan. Kasi sasabihin ng mga stakeholders, man, you got this guy, hindi nyo gagamitin.
Hindi gagamitin. Totoo yan. Totoo yun.
And
usually, pag mga ganyan, pare, usually sa mga tryouts ng mga collegiate teams, ano yan mga tatlo usually na FSA yan nagta-tryout. And for them, for FEU to pick him, they must have seen something, maybe he's madami pwedeng rason, confidence, ganyan.
Hindi rin naman natin alam ano yung hinahanap nila for this specific season. Then 7'2" rin yung lokong yan
Siguro ang hinahanap lang din talaga nila taga-rebound kasi everyone can shoot
Yeah.
Diba?
So
what's the point of having Temo yung sa Ateneo ngayon, si Obasa, diba? He's not the kind of FSA that we're used to. Parang he shows us a glimpse of sino yung FSA natin before Ange.
Ike.
Medyo parang Ike vibe na medyo mas smooth operator sa ilalim. Pero alam mo yun, he just plays his role. And I think ito yun nga, going back to my point earlier, na yung mga FSA ngayon, medyo may pagka-role player lang din talaga sila. Walang superstar FSA right now. I think in the coming years, mukhang meron. Pero, well, I guess it's time for the homegrown talents to, show up talaga.
By the way, my laptop dies, I'm gonna switch to my phone. Wag ka alis kasi the viewers. Just read the comments on YouTube. Meron ka bang link ng YouTube? Ito, send
Hindi, sorry, wala.
Here. Para lang, just in case maputol tong mawala ako. At least you can answer their questions. So I like to keep it going. Fun yung mga conversations with the guys. Ano man sabi nila dito? Ito si UAAP fan, by the way. Very no holds barred pagdating sa mga takes niya. Naka-burner kasi. Sarap magsalita pag naka-burner. Let's go up the question. I sent you the link, Jose. Just check the the chat.
easy. Yeah.
Sabi ni AK, seems like Ateneo tends to play to the level of their opponents, topsy-turvy yung learning curve. That's the part of learning. We have Ateneo has 9 rookies this year. Ano pa ba? As far as I know, no choice na talaga FSA ang FEU since yung dalawa nilang FSA residency pa ata. True. All right, let's move on to the side of UP and Adamson. And UP is back. Like they never left.
Yes.
It's what you expected when they face against Adamson. And ito yung maganda sa UP, no? They get the job done when it's like the opponent's not, sad to say, it's not within their level. Papatayin nila kayo. They're out to kill. Diba? And iba, ang ganda ng roster nila. They're the most complete team in the UAP right now. And once again, it's all eyes are on them again. Ateneo, UP on Sunday. Makakaparod ka ba nun?
Live?
Hanap
In
tayo ticket.
person?
Pwede ka ba? May duty ka ba nun?
Hari, pagod na ako eh.
Hindi, okay lang. Basta pwede ka sa podcast, okay lang. Hindi kita
Oo,
pinipilit.
pwede. Pero yung manood, parang hindi ko na... Unless siguro finals game, ay, hirap na ako. Hirap na akong makipagsabayan sa dami ng tao. Hindi na para nung high school. Guys, just so you know, nung high school kami ni Nico, there was... So, lagi kami nanonood. Yun yung time na 5 feet yung Ateneo.
Yeah, Norman Black years, holy shit. Oh.
Pare, umabot sa point wherein we had to, as in literally kick down yung pintuan ng kwarto ni Jet. Para kasi nalock yung pinto nung kaklase namin. Nandun yung ticket. So literal, as in, sinipa namin para masira yung pinto para lang makuha yung tickets. Ganun kami ka...
Bayaran na lang namin.
Ayun. Anyway.
Okay. Not much to discuss on UP. We already know who they are. It was a blowout. The main discussion here is Jerom Lastimosa. He got injured again. You guys know in this podcast, for those who have been listening here, I am not a fan of Jerom Lastimosa coming back. Because I know one way or another, he's gonna aggravate that knee. And he did. And at least, ang good side, Jose, it's a contact injury, hindi siya non-contact. Diba? Tumama yung knee niya kay Abadiano.
Oo, parang natuhod ni Abadiano from the back. Yung tuhod ni...
Did they release an official report na
Wala pa ako nababasa actually.
No. Yung injury niya na prior, did they say in an official report na ACL injury yun or it was assumed na it was an ACL injury? Parang wala akong nakitang... Bossman,
may nabasa.
Meron ba?
Baka meron kayo.
Baka meron kayong official na, or it was assumed na ACL injury. Did they ever confirm sa media na, yes, he suffered an ACL injury?
Partial ACL?
Partial.
I think partial.
Anyway, Jose, with Jerom Lastimosa, were you, prior to this incident, you saw that Adamson's winning. Some people are arguing, okay, let's bring back Jerom kasi may pag-asa pa, they're winning. He could take them over the top. Or you were the part na, let's stay safe, let's think about the kid's career and forget bringing him back.
Ako pare, firm believer ako na don't fix something that's not broken. So, in terms of yung team ng Adamson, wherein, I don't think they're a dysfunctional team. I think they're actually doing well without Jerom Lastimosa.
Yeah.
Putting him in and back to the game, I feel like was more harmful than helpful to yung run ng Adamson this season. Why? Because, first of all, Jerom Lastimosa is Jerom Lastimosa. And pare, yung bola, 'di ba? Mababawasan dun sa mga tao the players that would usually create during the start of the season, 'di ba? They have this parang momentum already. Of course, they lose games ganyan. Pero alam mo 'yun, parang may kumpiyansa na tong mga players na to. And when you put Jerom back in, 'di ba? They understand how they play with each other. Put Jerom back in. you expect the ball would be in his hands more, 'di ba?
And it messes up
So
the
that's
ecosystem eh. May pecking order na eh. Tapos papasok mo
yun
yung
nga
top
eh,
dog. So parang,
'di
saan
ba?
tayo ulit? Saan tayo pupwesto?
Exactly, 'di ba? So that's number one. Number two, in terms of yung injury, I'm not an orthopedic surgeon. I am a medical intern, and as far as I know, um yung kung ACL tear lang talaga yung naging injury niya, right now ang trend yata talaga is hindi na inooperahan. Pero
Yeah.
kailangan mabusisi yung physical therapy. Eh, parang ang bilis pare, parang, ha? Nandiyan na siya ulit? Parang okey na siya?
Okay,
Parang,
parang in a
ha?
matter of 2, 3 months, no? 2 months?
'Di ba? And that's scary. Ako, I
Jeez.
had an ACL tear. It took me like what, 7 months, 6 months,
Mm.
7 months. Of course, technology nowadays iba na. Pero alam mo 'yun, it's not only the ano eh, it's not only the yung kaya na ba niya physically. Ang number one thing din with these injuries are would be kaya na ba mentally. Pare. Yun yung biggest
Yeah.
factor sa mga ganyang klaseng injuries. Though, etong injury na 'to, I think was aggravated by the contact from Abadiano. Pero kasi, alam mo yun, you already expect na merong ano eh, may chance na tatama at tatama yang tuhod na yan. Alam mo yun? So, bakit ngayon parang ewan ko, sobrang questionable for me na ano, sana hindi nila nilaro muna. Alam mo yun?
I don't.
Sayang.
I'm in the camp na sana hindi na lang nilaro this year. Your jersey is retired. We already know what you did last year.
Mm,
Ganda na eh. Storybook ending na last year, di ba?
mm,
Parang may umiyak siya in front of the crowd. I was
oo,
there live. Sabi ko, curtain call na. Tapos biglang,
oo,
oh, why are you coming back? Like,
oo,
okay
'di
lang.
ba?
If you didn't have any injury,
Oo,
by all
okey lang
means.
din.
By all means. But
Sayang
nung
pare.
nalumabas na yung injury, parang, I think we're kind of
Mm,
not sure who's pushing the kid. Not sure if it's due to him or
oo,
the management. Di natin alam at the end of the day.
mm, sayang.
Nag-blow out na nung second half, hindi na dapat pinasok ulit, sabi ni
Mm,
UAAP fan. Yeah, I agree. And once again, sabi ni Christian from TikTok, let's check the TikTok questions. What happened to JD Kagulangan? Wala naman, feel ko lang naman, di ba kasi more preventive. Tambaka na rin eh.
oo,
Pahinga na rin.
ah,
What do you think?
ano, though ang alam ko si JD Kagulangan meron talaga siyang
May iniinda siya pero
kaya
not yung ano,
oo, 'di
hindi
ba?
yung
Pero
type
hindi
na
naman anything serious 'yan, I'm sure.
he's fine.
Ah,
It's UP.
if
They don't
anything
need JD. They need the JD.
oo, ayun. Wait, nandito pa ba ako? Parang nawala si Nico. Can you guys please comment if ano, if you can still hear me? I think si Nico lang naman yung nawala. Sorry. Okay, nawala siya. Anyway, yung yung guards kasi ng okay, thank you, thank you. Yung guards kasi yung ng UP, um, it's actually stacked. Comparing it to FEU na sinasabi namin earlier na yung FEU parang produces all these guards na alam mo yun na sobrang gagaling. They all have their roles and they're all very excellent guards in their roles. UP naman, the guards that they have are actually more or less made na tapos pinasok sa roster. Alam niyo yun? Parang, kunwari, ito sina JD Kagulangan, ganyan, sina Abadiano, even the newer guards that they have right now. And if there's something that I hate, I honestly hate, pero I hate as someone na hindi sila nasa team ko. Not because masasama silang tao, but I hate them because wala sila sa team ko and kailangan ko silang kalaban every time. Is the fact na itong guards na 'to sobrang galing dumepensa and nakakairita. Alam mo 'yun, nakakairita. So, I feel like
Hello, I'm back. Hello.
ayan, nandiyan ka na?
Nagtelebro. Ano
Ayan.
sabi? Did
Sabi ko,
you answer the question?
I was explaining to them na
No,
yun nga
no.
na the FEU guards like we were talking about earlier were
Yeah.
guards that
Oo.
are developed from parang the ground up to whatever their skill is, 'di ba? Pero
Yeah.
yung UP guards, usually they come into the team made na. 'Di ba sina JD Kagulangan, we know these players would do something for the team na talaga. And sabi ko yun nakakainis about the UP team is that itong yung guards ng UP sobrang lakas dumepensa. Sometimes I honestly feel like it's a little bit too much. Medyo nagiging mas physical na siya. Pero pare, naiirita ako sa lakas ng katawan dumepensa ng mga guards ng UP. Kasi nakakainis silang kalaban.
Again, sabi ni Coach Tab, di ba, this is the best crop of guards that he has seen in the UAAP. I think in his years of coaching in the UAAP level. That speaks a lot. Hindi naman ang bullshit si Coach Tab eh. When he says something that's true. You can say mind games to put some pressure on those guards para maano sila like, oh shit, we are the best crop. Nakakaya, matalo kami. But in a way, he's speaking the truth. 99% of that is the truth, di ba? When it comes to agreeing how great the UP guards are.
Of course. Ayun.
Nakita ba sa... Anyway, masaya, by the way, kung may question sa YouTube, let me know na lang. Kasi wala akong visibility. Ikaw nakita mo
sige.
if meron.
Tawag dito. Ayun, parang they were saying also na parang galing yung FEU guards kasi parang these are parang grassroots na from baby tams paakyat papuntang seniors, di ba?
Yeah.
Inalagaan talaga nila. And I actually agree na that's probably the reason why na ang ganda ng pag-progress ng careers nila. Talagang natututukan sila. And then Sir Carl Riego was saying na parang there was no contact yata sa between Abadiano and sa lower part. I think it was more of parang hinahabol niya.
Nag-raise lang, di ba? Hindi naman parang, di naman niya gilun. It's more of nag-raise eh. Parang naano lang. What do you think?
Yeah.
From the
No,
from the replay. You just judge it from the replay. Parang ako pa rin, feel ko nag-raise
I think hinahabol niya eh. Hinahabol niya kasi.
Momentum and everything. I don't think Jerry meant any harm. Hindi naman ganun sa Abadiano eh.
So, yun. And I think that actually caused na medyo ma-off balance siya and mag-alangan yung
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, yun lang naman. Before we end this podcast, any expectation for Ateneo UP? Once again, this is the lowest of the lows for Ateneo. But when they faced UP nung round 1, they were coming off wins, diba? They were coming off a win against CFP. They won by 20. So, initial expectations kasi, do you think it's also a deja vu after that? Do you think it's gonna be a close game? What do you think? UP has that revenge factor naman. Pinahiya kami nito in round 1. What do you think?
I think it's gonna be a close game.
Okay.
Pero ako kasi I know from what I've seen with Ateneo, it doesn't matter if they came from a loss, it doesn't matter if they came from a win.
Okay.
Alam mo yun? Na parang it doesn't matter what happened yesterday, basta today maglalaro kami kung paano kami pinapalaro, 'di ba? Ni Coach Taba. It's very system-based, 'di ba? So, I think it's gonna be like that. Yun lang yung kinakatakot ko kasi ang UP, I think UP has a more emotionally driven team wherein anong tawag dito, yung kumpiyansa nila sa sarili nila is actually up there and coming from a loss from a team wherein they actually expect to win against, I feel like they will be very hungry in this coming game for sure.
Same thoughts. So, their games, by the way, guys, the next games will be on Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, Moa Arena. Sunday will be in Araneta. So that's gonna be fun. But we're back to Araneta. Most of the games, the remaining games, this round will be in Araneta.
Okay.
Araneta na karamihan after this weekend. Araneta na. I think 90% will be in Araneta. And catch us once again. Ay, Jose, Monday. Anong skip? May pasok ka?
Di ko pa alam eh. Di ko pa alam.
Wala pa
Alam ko
schedule.
holiday yun eh, pero hindi ako sure kasi 'di ba parang elections yun. Pero
Oh
ah,
yeah. So most likely,
hindi
kung Sunday evening,
Sunday evening pwede.
o gagi game ka mag-live So it's very
Sige,
fresh.
sige.
After ng game, makaka-react tayo sa gabi.
Oo, pwede.
Sige, let's do it Sunday evening to recap the Saturday games and of course yung kakatapos lang na Ateneo versus UP. So yun lang. That's all. Guys, thank you so much for joining. I cannot see your comments. Kasi just want to say thank you again for being a guest here. And for all the guys who are present in the comments, both on TikTok and YouTube, don't forget to subscribe or follow me on TikTok. Subscribe on YouTube. Comment, whatever, share this to your friends since we just love UAP. And not only do I discuss the UAP, I also talk about Philippine basketball in general. Pag may kilas, PBA, ano ka ba PBA? I mean, I would do reactions on the PBA as well if you guys like that. We're gonna try a lot of content. Basta basketball. I'm trying to learn volleyball, but that's not my alley just yet. Considering that very ruthless ng volleyball fans, bro. Like imagine magkamali ka lang.
I don't want
wrong
to
information. We're
dabble
gonna
with
get
that.
blasted on Twitter. We're gonna
Medyo mahirap.
ng pangalan, patay ka sa fanbase.
Ayoko, pare.
But yeah, we're gonna stick to Philippine basketball. That's always been my channel. Check it out. Jose, guys. Jose, anong Instagram you want people to follow?
Hindi ko alam, pare. Sobrang hindi ako tech savvy pero
No. I'm asking what's your
Jose Dolor.
Instagram username? Just your Instagram username.
Sorry, pare. Sobrang ako. Ano ba Instagram username ko?
Hindi mo memorize.
Jams Dolor. Jams Dolor.
Yes, Jams Dolor. Once again, I'll see you on Sunday evening. Whatever happens, it's gonna be a fun podcast, everybody. It's gonna be fun. We are very objective.
Habang emotions are very high.
Tingnan natin ko yung emotions natin where it's gonna be, right? So, anyway, once again, thank you. See you guys next time.
Thank
Peace.
you.